Tim Williams and a man we'll call Mr. X are about to rob the Seattle First National Bank. Tim has armed himself with a 12-gauge shotgun and a revolver. Mr. X has 2 revolvers.
Okay, you ready?
The 30 tellers in the bank are about to undergo one of the most terrifying experiences of their lives. And meet some cops who rob banks. Next on Evening Magazine.
All of you stay with us because we've got a not-so-cartoonish story coming up about cops who rob banks. Serious stuff, and it's next on Evening Magazine.
Now there's a new twist on the old cops and robbers theme. Police officers who pretend like they're bank robbers to educate employees of banks on how to protect themselves if a bank robbery really occurs. It looks something like this. Tim Williams and a man we'll call Mr. X are about to rob the Seattle First National Bank. Tim has armed himself with a 12-gauge shotgun and a revolver. Mr. X has 2 revolvers.
Okay, you ready?
The 30 tellers in the bank are about to undergo one of the most terrifying experiences of their lives. This is not a real armed robbery, but it could be. You see, Tim, who works for a local cable company, and Detective X, an undercover operator whose identity must be protected, are working with the Spokane Police Department in one of the most unusual robbery prevention programs in the country.
Get over here. Come on. Now start filling up the bag. I'll have you turn around.
All right, here's a piece from Evening Magazine, Baltimore, Maryland, about 81 or 82. It's kind of hard to pinpoint the date because this tape here has like 3 different programs on it, and they're all from like different years. I tried to use the ad breaks on it, kind of narrow it down to about 81, 82. Anyways, here's a piece on cops who rob banks. Let's check this out.
In the past year, the city of Spokane has had a 31% increase in armed robbery. The state of Washington has one of the highest rates in the country. Robbery is a violent crime, so when Tim and Detective X walk in to rob a bank, they try to make it as real as possible.
We put as much stress as we can get away with onto them, and they find out how the reactions are going to be. It prepares them for an actual armed robbery.
The tension is building, your adrenaline's pumping, and you didn't expect it. And you knew we were going to be here, but you didn't expect to be involved.
No.
And you get the same reaction every time.
How did you feel when it was going on?
Very nervous, but in the long run, I'm glad it happened, because a lot of tellers, they've never been through something like this before, and you just feel like it can't happen to you. But with the experience that the girls have had today, you know, at least we're a little bit more ready for it.
I felt extremely scared. It was the most real, authentic thing I've ever gone through in my life.
What are the normal reactions following one of these heists?
Relief.
Yeah, the people have got to sit down and they've got to sit down. Their adrenaline's been pumping, they're scared. We go in the back and we've got to sit down, and we're both sitting there like this.
All in all, I think everybody did a good job. There were some mistakes. We expect that. That's why we're doing it.
Crime Prevention Officer John Moore coordinates the bank robbery program.
Light complexion, brown hair, brown eyes, dark eyebrows. Couldn't see the ears. Had a thick beard with gray streaks. He was armed with a rifle. The weapon was a sawed-off shotgun, 12 gauge. Okay, the one behind the cages, white male, age 35, 5'11", 175. Medium build, stocky, round-shouldered, quick walk, light complexion, no jewelry that she could see, and didn't see any weapon. Okay. It's amazing what you miss because the sawed-off shotgun is about that long. We talked with them afterwards, and we analyzed what they saw, what they didn't see for the most part, the descriptions, how they vary, how they each pick out certain characteristics, and sometimes they attribute one characteristic of one person to the other. But when you have collective amount of descriptions, say in this case 30, we are going to wind up with 2 very valid descriptions of 2 hold-up suspects.
Yeah, they had a variety of reports out there, what we look like. But once you started looking at them, you could take out the bad ones, because stocky, dark hair, gray beard, and some would be describing me totally different, but you'd have the majority of them would be getting me. And some of them didn't even see.
Next, please.
Put all your money in the bag. Hurry up. That's the girl. One moment. Get out. Get out. Okay. Everybody get out.
We'll pay $1,000 for information leading to the indictment of a bank robber. Because
The Rat on a Raft campaign is another part of the robbery prevention program. Washington bankers, retail merchants, and the Spokane Police Department have produced a number of 30-second television spots to educate viewers about armed robbery and to improve reporting techniques. The campaign is one of the most effective anti-robbery campaigns ever waged in the state of Washington. And while no figures are available because the program is still in its infancy, statistics from other communities indicate security is tighter, tellers react more quickly, and descriptions improve by up to 70%. So banks like Seattle First are better prepared for robbery, and bank tellers have a better sense of security.
We were set up in such a controlled manner that there's no possible way anybody's going to get hurt. We have policemen in uniform on the doors. The people are briefed about what is going on, and they're asked whether or not they have any kind of a medical condition which might affect the operation. They're also asked about firearms inside the bank, so there's no chance that somebody is going to overreact or hyperreact.
About 99% of the banks, the alarms were set off. So we would have been probably caught.
And that's even, we know that there are alarms, and we know where they are.
Yeah, we know the alarms, we know where they're at. And someone coming in not knowing them would definitely get caught.
Do you ever fantasize about really pulling off a robbery for real? Fantasize.
Yeah, it's what is it, the fantasy of your life.
I think this is living the fantasy. We are robbing banks. As far as we're concerned, this is real. We're out there doing it. We're not play acting, because you can't play act. You have to do what you're doing. Yeah. And so we're living people's fantasies.
Yeah, it's just a fantasy in itself. We've always dreamed of robbing banks. Everybody's thought about it. We get to do it.
We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. The skies are sunny.
The Spokane Police Department has been swamped with requests from around the country for more information on their bank heist program. It's very successful, and police departments all over the world plan to give it a try. We'll be back with more Evening Magazine in just a minute.
But honestly, though, how many of them tellers had to change their underwear after that? I know at least one of them went in their pants. At least one of them had to do it. Now, where I live, if somebody came in and robbed a bank, one of the customers would be like, "You can get my welfare." That's just where I live. A 31 increase in armed robbery. And that's pretty, Spokane, Washington is not a big crime city, but a 31% increase in armed robbery, that's kind of high. But yeah, cops who rob banks, from the look at it, they enjoyed it. I think they had a little too much fun robbing a bank, and I pray and hope that the guns were not loaded. Just imagine if you were doing that and you accidentally had a bullet in the gun and it went off and killed somebody. A bank robbery exercise, and you kill somebody. That family would get a check with everything filled out but the dollar amount. The city, state, whatever, just give them a blank check. Leave everything filled except for the dollar amount. Let them fill out how much they want. That's just a lawsuit of epic proportions. Anyways, if you like cop videos, check out my channel. I have some up already and more coming in the future. Now, what do I have coming up in the future? Well, you never, ever, ever know what I have in my archives here that will be next. So what you should do is like this video and subscribe to my channel. That way, if I do put something up that will interest you, be right there, your homepage, your notifications, or wherever you'll find the local YouTube at. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you later.